What up, YouTube? So today is going to be part 2 of the how to start your K series build series, and today I'm going to be heading down to Rialto to work on a K20A2 swap. Yeah, I can't really hear because my car is super loud on the co-start. But anyways, we're gonna go work on a K20A2 swap and just get the car running. He's literally just needs the immobilizer, I think, wired up, and just make sure everything is good as far as wiring and fuel setup and everything. So I'm gonna get ready to head down right now. I'm gonna let my car warm up, and then we'll be back when we are at the car. Alright, so we are here down in Rialto, and we're here with the EG hatchback with the actual K20Z1. I thought it was an A2, so that was a mistake, but it's pretty clean swap, all painted up. He's had the car for about 15 years, so hopefully today we can get this thing started, first try. We're going to be using the stock keys to start it up, and let me see exactly what harness he's got right now. Oh, can't really see, but anyways. Alright, so we got the conversion harness with the E-plug. So what we're going to have to do is pin in for the immobilizer, because aftermarket companies, they usually delete everything that you don't need on the harness. So we're going to get that pinned up, and then we'll pretty much just go over everything, all the fuel lines, and make sure everything's tight so we can get it started on the first try, hopefully. So everything's pretty much done. 4-to-1 headers on here. We're gonna run stock ECU, like I said, until later we can obviously upgrade to Honda. Got all our grounds, except for probably gonna need one on the intake manifold. We got one. Okay, and then we have to swap this one over too, because this is not actually a ground. The ones that are actually grounds are the ones that come off of the head studs, so we got to switch that out. Let's see what else. Pulley's good. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna just start switching out a couple things and make sure everything is good so we can get this car started. So I'm gonna go ahead and start knocking out this ECU pinning, and then we'll come back. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and start explaining what we're gonna do first before we get to repinning. So this is a 05-06 engine harness, and unfortunately we're with a 02 to 04 conversion harness. So some of the stuff is the same, but some stuff I'm gonna have to repin. It's kind of like the K20Z1 hatchback, the white one that I've been working on. Same situation, to where we have to basically convert the E-plug. So the E-plug on this one, the fuel E1 needs to go, I believe, to E17. I'll check just to make sure. I'll go over the wiring and show you exactly what I did. But your speed sensor right here is actually your tack wire on 06. So we have to pin in right here, 25, I believe, and that'll be our new speed sensor, since the speed sensor plug on 05-06 comes on here instead of actually from the actual C101. So the C101 conversion harness is going to be looking for the signal on here. So what we're going to do is take that wire from the conversion harness, and it's going to be connected to here instead. So we'll have fuel, tack, speedo swapped over for now, and then the immobilizer we have to pin in, which is going to be, I believe, pin 27. I'll make sure, like I said, once we get everything all wired in, to give you a perfect example. And then this is the immobilizer with ECU, and we do have the matching key. We just have to go get it. But anyways, I just wanted to show you guys the wiring. So pretty much there's just like 3 wires that you need. Your main wire is this blue and red one. This is your actual signal, which tells the ECU that everything is good with the key, or if it's not good, it'll tell it not to turn the fuel on. And then we have our ground, which is brown yellow, and then these two is just like a signal power. So yeah, you just need to do this to a switched ignition source, and you'll be good for that. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and start repinning and then getting this immobilizer wired up, and then we'll come back and see what we're gonna do next. Alright, so we're back now, and I can kind of go over the wiring to show you guys what I did. So got the key on here, and it's zip tied on here with the immobilizer, and as you can see, we got the pin, I believe, let me get the paper, or I believe it's pin 27. So you got pin 27 going to the blue-red wire, that's our signal. And then this is where it kind of gets tricky. So on 02 to 04, this is your RPM wire. On 05, 06, it's actually your speed sensor wire. So the conversion harness from right here was tachometer. So pretty much I had to switch the speed. The speed goes to the C101 on 02 to 04, so it's pin 3. As you can see, I took it off right here, and then I connected it to this one on 05, 06. Instead of this being your tach, this is actually your speed sensor, and then tach is actually the wire before it. So the wire that was coming from the harness, that goes to here, and then E1 goes to E17 for fuel. And then we have our brown yellow wire, we grounded that. So we got power, ground, and signal as far as the immobilizer, so we should be good on that. We got our power signal ran to A2, which is what they recommend on K-tuned. Other than that, we can start plugging in the ECU. So some people do get confused. The E-plug and the engine harness plug are actually the same. So you want to make sure the E-plug goes separately by itself, and then the other two go next to each other. So this plug can actually use the E-plug, so just be careful, you don't want to fry your ECU. So we're going to start getting this connected. Oh, upside down. Alright, so computer's connected, immobilizer's connected. We got the grounds, I believe, redone. So we got the ground on our head stud, we got a ground on our intake manifold, and then we got our ground on our transmission. The 3 main grounds. Other than that, right now let's go ahead and put the ground on the battery and see if we can start getting this thing, make sure all the signals are working and everything before we go for attempt to start. And we got to make sure there's no gas leaks. This is the key up here, or right here. Alright, probably gonna have to tighten that ground first. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure everything's perfect, get the ground tightened, and then we'll come back. Alright, so we're back now, and we got the car started, but right now the relay is it's no good. So we're having problems with the well, I guess I'll just show you. So pretty much what it's doing is the relay isn't kicking on, and then when I bypass it and go directly, it'll start up, but then it'll start popping. So like I said, we're not going to do anything else for now. We also had a fuel pump problem from the AEM pump, so we put an Osiris pump in here. So just been doing a little diagnostics on this car. We also just have a check engine light for evap, so that's good. Car is pretty much ready to go. I'm going to be coming back tomorrow so we can go for a test drive. We still got to change out the starter. The starter went out on us well, so just kind of having some problems, but it's typical for K-series swaps. So we got to change out the relay, put a new starter on here, get the axles on here, bleed it, and hopefully we can take it out for a test drive and see how it rips. Also, we got to recalibrate the TPS to make sure that's good as well, and then hopefully, yeah, we can go rip VTEC in it tomorrow. So if you haven't liked, share, subscribe, comment, let me know what you guys think. Stay tuned for the next video when we take this car out for a test drive.